Good evening and welcome to the Thursday Camera Artists Guild Image Critique. I'm your host, George DeLoache, portrait artist and photographer's coach, and this is where we help photographers learn to master the photographic arts. Welcome everybody that are watching on YouTube, Periscope, and Twitter, along with the Camera Artists Guild page and the Camera Artists Guild group. We have been working with photographers for about the past 3 years with this broadcast. And I can tell you that it is just thrilling to watch how the work has improved. Each and every week as people submit their work to critique, they get better. You bring the work out, we look at the images, we see how we can maybe make them a little bit better, and then go back and apply those techniques. So if you're interested in growing and getting better at what you do as a photographer, jump into the critique process. It is a proven, well-proven course to improve the quality of your work. So we're going to swing over to the broadcast here right now, so stand by. Let's get going right away. Okay, Al Cabrera. Wow, Al, just absolutely stunning. Stunning image, that's all I can say. This one should score well in print competition. The lady is regal. You got the horse looking right at the camera, which is really neat. I grew up and spent my whole life around horses, and it's a beautiful animal. Nice choice of scenery, and your exposure's right on the money with your artificial light and your available light. You've darkened down the back there enough that it allows her to be separated from by contrast from the background, and muted out the colors in the bandstand, or whatever you call it, pavilion, whatever that is there. The only thing that I would mention, now I'm going to really be nitpicky because you are an excellent photographer, and so I'm going to nitpick and nitpick and nitpick. Right up here in the corner looks like some palm branches or palm leaves that are sticking out of the image, and I bet that you probably didn't even see them, but I'm gonna just pop them off over there, and that finishes it off. That makes it a whole lot smoother. I appreciate that. And I'm almost certain your horizon is level, although it felt a little, no, it is, it's level, it's good. It's just the camera angle. Excellent image, excellent. But see, this is what you do. This is your area of specialty, is combining available and artificial light. This is what we're going to be working on with the environmental portraiture workshop at the Ghost Ranch in September, is learning how to create these kinds of images. So just well done. Okay, let's check there. And we have Willie Demetrius Richardson. Nice image. Color is strong. I love the reds, the saturated color. I love saturated color and contrasting images. It's nicely done. You were able to light in the background enough that it didn't overpower the image. If you had let this area here go up a stop, it would have totally destroyed the image. But here it's done well. Skin tones are right where they need to be. Beautiful lady. I wished that you had gotten her to give you more emotion, to emote more. If it's haughtiness, if it's seduction, if it's friendliness. But right now, her eyes are squinted just slightly, so she almost looks like she's mad, you know. And I know, again, I'm nitpicking, but this is what makes these excellent images, is capturing just that right moment of expression. We are, besides being artists and photographers and technicians, we have to be psychologists, and you need to give people things to think about. Talk with them, encourage them, act silly if you need to whatever it takes to get that mood out of them. And then I think you could have posed her arms a little bit different, turned her body around without her arms right behind her back. But other than those This is a very well done image. Thank you for sharing it. I appreciate it. See, you guys are doing an amazing job this week. I'm finding very little to find fault with. And we got Ray Doe Lewis, and you got 2 of them up today. And I think you're probably working for this boot company, because it says Hanson Exotic Boot Maker, and the lady's wearing boots in one of the other images. Great expression, great exposure. It is a little difficult working with that background as bright as it is. I think I would have looked around and tried to find a different background. Maybe you didn't have time. Drag that shutter, slow that shutter down some. If you're using a speed light, you can go to high speed sync. If you're using Canon or Nikon speed lights, you can go to high speed sync, and you could have gone to 1,000th of a second and darken this area in, and she would have just popped off the page, and you wouldn't have had these big bright areas that are blown out in the background. So, but still, you know, your exposure on her is right where it's supposed to be. And again, the lady again, and like I said, I believe it's boots, because of the boots are showing there, so that's what it's about, is showing those boots, and you've done that. Well done. And Reginald Miller, interesting image. You have real emotion with her. You can feel something when you're looking at this lady. I'm not sure the narrative, but you cropped it mid-arm rather than through the joints. Well done. She's dead bullseye to the page on a square format. I think that's, yeah, I may have approached the composition a little bit differently. And you're just getting to the point where you're right at the very edge of exposure, where you're beginning to lose it on her skin tones there. But here, the face, just tons of emotion and feeling, so good. This is Nicola Lawn Mulmore. And this must be a 21 birthday. Both you and Diana decided to work in the flower fields today, or this week. This is an interesting image. You're getting there compositionally. I think that I probably would have brought the horizon down a little bit. You'd never really want that horizon to be center of the page. Lower the horizon down or lift it up, but center of the page is always kind of tough. Watch your positioning of the lady there. Right now you have her position, but you got this bush right here, and I'll bet you didn't even see it when you did the photograph, because we focus in on where we become myopic or one-eyed. We focus in on just the subject, and you're working for that. But watch this stuff here, because this grows right up into the center of her torso. And I think that if you had moved over here, the flowers would be lower on her body, and you could see a bit more of her waist, and you could still have that same flower effect on the lower end that you have. Also, when you got them holding balloons in 21, now you got the 21 up there just right, the balloons up there just right, but have her hold those out in front of her a little bit. Move her arm forward so that the balloons and everything are not just simply growing out of the top of her head, because you got one single line through the plants, right up through the top of her head all the way out there. So the concept is brilliant. Your exposure is where it needs to be. You just need to refine it a little bit, and that's about feeding your eyes composition and trial and error and winning and missing the mark and going back and doing it again. I just want to keep encouraging you. Again, I'm watching your work improve. You don't submit that often, but I encourage you to keep coming. And Mike Montgomery, Palmdale, California. Mike's just up the road from where I live, and great eyeball, Mike. Yeah, I know you do a lot of this eye makeup stuff. Little wondering about how close you nip the edge of the makeup to the eye or to the side of the page. You may have been trying to get that head wrap out of there. I would have pulled that head wrap out, pulled back, got a little bit of the eyebrow. But sterling in here. The eyelashes look fabulous. The eye is sharp. The skin tones are nice. So, you know, I really like it. I don't know which lens you were using, but it's a real sharp lens. Keep that one.